going to tell you something. My wife, I love her to death. She's my best friend in the whole world. We've been married 4 years. We've only fought one time in our entire life. And that was at Easter last year. But that was my fault because I hold my farts in for Lent. Yeah, Easter's not a lot of fun around our house. I've been always... You know what kills me at Easter? Them daggum peeps. Them marshmallow peeps. Good Lord, you ever eat a peep? Oh, you ever poop a peep? You ever do that? That's like pulling taffy. That ain't good at all, pooping a peep. Well, I wonder if the pips ever pooped a peep. What the hell am I talking about? You get the feeling I could do this show without anybody at all in here right now? What the hell's wrong with me?
Your morning blitz begins now.
And let's go on a Thursday, a high of 65 today. Yeah. Cool right now, but it is going to warm up decently. We're going to have some afternoon clouds. Might get a bonus round of golf in today. Yeah. Hopefully, you're not begrudgingly on your way to the office because the boss called you yesterday afternoon and said, look, we can't take a chance. We've got a busy day today. I don't trust Zoom anymore, so you've got to come into the office. Because in case you didn't hear, Zoom had a nationwide shutdown yesterday.
Oh, boo-hoo.
They were offline for a few hours.
Oh, my gosh, what a glorious day for everyone in the United States of America.
Well, a lot of people were calling it the America's Snow Day.
Yeah.
Because all those remote workers didn't have to go to work.
Memes galore. You get a vacation. You get a vacation.
So, hopefully, because it happened towards the last third of the day yesterday. It happened about 2:30 yesterday.
Perfect.
Right, exactly. Oh. And it was out till about 4:30. So that window of like, well, no point in getting back to work now.
No.
But the problem is if you got a call from the boss and now you have to get up this morning and actually go into the office because they don't want to take any chances. So good luck if that's the case. How are you, Kelly?
I'm good. We get to see you golf on our Monday Zoom meeting.
You did?
Well, Google
I can't believe you didn't cancel
Google
that
Meet
meeting.
Or whatever.
Why wasn't that meeting canceled?
That was fun to watch you play, though. You're a good golfer.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you've got some form. I mean, as far as I don't know anything about golf, but you hit the ball.
I actually played really well on Monday, which is why I want to go back so bad today, because I had that dreadful round. If you're a golfer, you know, where you play, you're like, oh, I figured some stuff out in my golf swing. I got this game figured out. And I'm going to go out today, and I'm just going to blow it. It's going to be awful. I'm going to have the shanks. It's going to be terrible.
I love the fact the meeting started, and our boss goes, Goose is in a golf cart. Goose, are you really in a golf cart right now?
Yeah.
And he was. And then he got you to go out and golf so he could analyze your swing.
Yeah.
No, he's like, where are you at Raymond? I know every hole of that course.
He did. Yeah, he was trying to give me pointers while he was on the Zoom
I'm on 11. Call. And he's like, oh, yeah, it's a par 5, whatever.
I'm doing next meeting from my bass boat.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
You can analyze my cat.
Right. So our next big giveaway is... let's go on a Thursday. Let's get started with the Blitz Morning Trivia. Thick, what you got for us today?
All right, $25 going out to somebody for waterbeds and stuff. Just be the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700. The singer of Evanescence, Amy Lee, Kelly's favorite voice in rock and roll. She's got a tattoo on her wrist of some little hearts. What is that tattoo inspired by? Amy Lee has a tattoo of little hearts on her wrist, and it's inspired by a video game. I want to know the name of the video game that inspired her to get this tattoo of little hearts around her wrist. Be the first one to tell us at 99700. You'll get the gift cards.
All right, let's get that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia, Thick.
All right, the question was Amy Lee from Evanescence has a tattoo of little hearts around her wrist, and it was inspired by what video game? Their new song, Afterlife, is actually part of the new Devil May Cry animated series from the video game Devil May Cry. And she was talking about that. Within the discussion, she was asked if she was a gamer.
I am a gamer. I am a huge Legend of Zelda fan for life. Ocarina of Time was like my first RPG experience. I still play it from time to time, like to just calm my heart down and go to sleep. But throughout, my life as they've gone into Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, it's just been like this ongoing life journey with me and my family and the Legend of Zelda. One tattoo. Life hearts. That's probably.
She's got the life hearts tattoo around her wrist. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I don't really game anymore, but I wouldn't mind going back to some of those new Zelda games. Look really cool. Because I obviously grew up playing the original.
Yeah, very popular.
The overhead view with the little squishy Link walking around, collect the flute, and go zooming from world to world.
Yeah,
but the new ones look kind of cool. So, congratulations. Who's our winner?
That would be Chuck Bolt from Chillicothe. Chuck's got $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
Congratulations, Chuck. You know, this isn't a show where we necessarily would talk about fashion, but I came across an article, and the only reason I'm bringing it up is because it's so timely in that BuzzFeed released an article about fashion trends that are coming back. Because fashion's kind of circular. Things come back around every so often.
20-year cycle or something for fashion.
Yeah. And I really wouldn't have thought about it, except yesterday afternoon I had nothing going on. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go see The Amateur, that new Rami Malek movie.
Yeah.
And so I went yesterday afternoon, but I was there a little bit early. So right next door was a, what's that store? Marshall's. And I've noticed Marshall's has got some decent golf stuff lately. So I was like, I've got some time to kill. I'll take a peek. And sure enough, I found 2 new golf outfits for super cheap, and I was happy about it. But as I'm walking through the store, I come across this lady, and this young woman is wearing these wide leg pants. Like it's where the leg goes all the way down. There's no tapering. There's no nothing. They're not bell bottoms, but they're wide. Yeah, okay. So Kelly's wearing them right now.
Were you about to crap on them?
No.
Now I showed you I was wearing them?
No, not at all. But then after I pass this lady in the aisleway, I'm done shopping. I go to check out, and a woman walks right in front of me to check out. She's wearing wide legs, too. And I was like, wait a minute. Do you always wear those?
I've worn these. I've had them for maybe a year or so.
But are that the only ones you have that are like that?
No, I've got these. I've got another pair of jeans, and then I've got a lot of like what do you call them with the little pockets on the sides?
Carpenter pants?
Carpenter pants,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
I've got like 3 or 4 pairs of those that are wide legs. I've got some corduroys that are wide legs. I've got a lot of wide legs.
Wide legs are back.
Yeah.
And I was just shocked. Like it wasn't like, oh, there's one person wearing them. It was 2-3 people in a row. And now another 4th. I was just shocked.
How about that?
This article just happened to pop up this morning, and I was like, oh, other things are on the way back, too. Would you put on a pair of ballet flats?
I do not like ballet flats. I think they're not for me.
For ballet.
Apparently, those are back on the rise in the fashion world.
Yeah, a lot of people can pull them off. I can't. I'm more of a Vans gal.
Speaking of shoes, jellies are on the way back.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
remember?
I can see
jellies from back in the day.
They look good on kids. I feel like.
What are jellies?
Like almost like rubberish type shoe. They're very soft.
Is that the gelin? Are you gelin? Is that those commercials?
No, that's talking about a sole. Jellies are you would recognize them from back in maybe the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, they were definitely an 80s type thing.
Yeah.
Also on the way back, stirrup pants, they say, for the women.
Yeah. I remember those. I think that was a 90s thing, too.
Here's
90s.
something that is drastically changing in the fashion world for men. Socks and shorts length for guys. The shorts are getting shorter, and the socks are getting longer. In fact, they're saying a lot of fashion people are wearing kind of shorter shorts with like tube socks, like the socks are pulled up.
Yeah, no.
That seems a little weird to me.
No.
Here's another fashion trend that's coming back. This is more of a brand. Von Dutch. Do you remember Von Dutch? They had a lot of like the trucker hats and very much like a California style.
Oh, yeah.
It was an entire brand.
Yeah. Okay, I remember these.
Those are coming back, huh?
I'll tell you what, as a man, I'm not exactly mad at this fashion trend returning. They say whale tails are on the way back.
Ew.
The old whale tail.
That feels so like dirty in an unclean way, not in a like X-rated way.
Not a slutty
More
way.
of like, I don't need to see that you have something jammed up your butt crack. I really don't need to see it.
Oh, where you see the thong. Okay.
Yeah, you get the thong on the side. They're in the back there, or it peeks out the hips off the side of the jeans.
Hey, I mean, more power to you.
Also on the return, and this has been going on, I would say, for a couple years now, mullets are having a huge return.
Yes.
in terms of a fashion trend. So, again, here's another. This isn't even a trend. This is just something that's on the return. Polaroid cameras are becoming huge with young kids now.
That's because they're cool.
You talking about the instant picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You can actually, they sell, like one-time use Polaroid cameras. It comes loaded with 12 or so of the, what do you call them? Sheets, negatives? I don't even know what you call them. And then it's like second you take a picture, it comes out. You give it the old shake, put it under your armpit.
They have the mini ones, too, where they're like the mini pictures.
Oh, almost like the photo booth?
That's what they look like photo booth pictures.
Okay. That's kind of cool, actually.
It is. I've seen people use those at weddings and things like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would pick up a Polaroid. Yeah, I guess the only thing would be like carrying it. We're so used to having it just instantly on our phone. Now you actually have to carry an extra thing with you.
Yeah.
But keep an eye out for some fashion trends that are returning. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
I'm beginning to think that we may have to have, what is it when there's a TV show? Like what's Young Sheldon considered? Like a spin-off.
Prequel.
A spin-off.
Yeah.
Spin-off.
Okay.
I'm beginning to think we might need a spin-off. We're going to do the not-so-breaking news, and then we're going to start another segment at a different time during the show, and it's just going to be a WTF segment. What the Florida?
Love it.
Because it seems like every day we got a story or two coming out of Florida. And, yes, we begin your not-so-breaking news with a what the Florida, as police in Florida pulled over a vehicle on Friday in a 45-mile-an-hour zone going 105 miles per hour.
All right, let's hear them out. What was the purpose?
Well, the purpose was there was a bride in the car, and she was late for her wedding.
145 miles an hour?
105.
Oh, my gosh.
In a 45-mile-an-hour
But
zone.
wait, my car won't even go to 105. Will yours? I don't think.
Well, one of the two would.
Okay.
The other one, I would be a bit iffy.
Yeah.
The Cherokee, I would be a bit iffy on.
All right.
But 45-mile-an-hour zone is still like a residential area. There's still street lights and businesses around. It's not the highway. It's not the expressway.
That is nuts.
Yeah. Well, here's the officer talking to the people in the car.
Whose wedding is it?
It's mine.
What time is it?
It's 2:30.
Where at?
In Florida, the courthouse.
Hey, you're already late.
We're trying to get there.
Just give me a minute. I'll let you take her, but I'm going to give you a court date. It's a mandatory court appearance.
Thank you.
All right?
Yeah, I think anything over like 30 miles an hour is considered reckless driving. It's not even a speeding ticket anymore.
They have to arrest you.
Well, he's letting him go.
I know, and that's really cool of him to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Would have been just cool to let him go, but
double the speed limit. That is insane.
That is insane. You're right.
Not to mention, you're already 15 minutes late to your wedding. I think that's a red flag for the husband. How are you late to your own wedding?
I mean, if I'm the police officer, I'm like, lady, are you really wanting to do this? You're 15 minutes late already. Like, are we really in this relationship for the long haul?
Right. Are you late for a reason?
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. If you're already 15 minutes late, what is another 10 going to do?
Nothing.
You don't need to endanger everyone around you.
When you're late, you're late.
Exactly. And in today's form of communication, they've got cell phones. Yeah. Hey, running late.
Isn't this hilarious?
Sorry.
I got pulled over. You can tell your audience.
And she's got to pay the ticket, right?
I would have to assume so.
The points are going on his license.
Right. Yeah, I'm driving you to your wedding. You better cover this ticket. I was trying to get you there on time. This second story comes out of Los Angeles, and this is straight up life imitating art. Because employees at a jewelry store showed up to work on Monday morning where they found a whole bunch of cabinets smashed and a whole bunch of things missing. How much? About $10 million worth of product.
Wow.
Including watches, necklaces, diamonds, a heart-shaped gold earrings, cross pennants. Basically, the store was ransacked. And after further investigation, they found out that the robbers drilled through many, many inches of concrete in a wall to gain access. Basically, they were 2 stores over in the kind of a basement area and drilled through a couple walls of concrete to then make their way into the jewelry store.
Were they doing it like little by little, like a Shawshank thing?
That's a valid question. I don't know. If you did a jackhammer? Like, you would think someone would hear a jackhammer.
That feels like a really bad way to do this. If you're already smashing things, just smash through the front door.
Right. It would be so much quicker. But again, the store didn't know for like a day and a half.
Yeah, there's no alarm going off that way.
Right.
That's what it is.
Don't you have motion sensors in your jewelry store? You've got $10 million or more worth of product. You'd think you would have the whole laser grid going on. But no. The closed-circuit television inside, they did have security cameras, found that the unknown number of suspects came through the hole, smashed and grabbed, got a whole bunch of stuff, came back out, and then surrounding cameras in the area saw them leave in a late-model Chevy truck, and the heist wasn't discovered until, like I said, the employees showed up for work Monday morning.
Wow.
So, what's going to happen? They're still looking for the thieves. This may just be one of those things. Like, is this like a professional job? Is this, like I said, is this real-life art, or art coming to life? Was this a team of professional thieves that had a whole plan to
get in? It doesn't feel like two guys who just thought, spur of the moment, we're going to go rob a jewelry store.
Oh, this was definitely well planned out.
Is there like some secret financier in Madrid who put up the money?
Yeah.
Is this mob related? Like, I want to know the details. Was there an inside job? Did someone get a job there? Was there an employee that's been working there for like the past 6 months, kind of given the ins and outs of all the security stuff? I want to know what's going on.
An employee would have just left the front door unlocked.
Well, you can't do that. You can't just leave the front door unlocked, but if you give the details of the security system, be like, this is the way in, these are the blind spots, come in through this side of the wall.
And then you just take a cut.
Yeah, exactly. Just saying.
Right.
And they got away with it?
And they got away with it. Have not been caught yet.
Then I think they're professionals.
I would have to agree with you. That's your not-so-breaking news, 99.7 The Blitz. So yesterday, we told you a story about a restaurant that charged a man a $5 bitching fee.
Yes.
He had complained about getting the wrong beer. The bill shows up and printed on the receipt when he goes to pay, line item, bitching fee, $5. And they had a good laugh about it. He talked to the manager. Whether he paid it or not, I'm not exactly sure, but was it acceptable to charge a bitching fee?
I think it's funny.
Yeah, I think it's funny too.
I like the move.
I actually, again, if I was somewhat complaining, especially if I was a regular at like the corner watering hole and they charged me a $5 bitching fee, I'm gonna pay it. I think it's just funny. Now, if I was real, I might put up a stink if something was really wrong. But it got the conversation going and people went online. I have a question. 800-821-9970 or 99-700. If you could, depending on your job, what would you charge for? Like, there's an IT manager who posted, he goes, a $50 fee for fixing my employees' passwords that also work in the IT department. Why am I fixing your password? There's no reason for that. So again, depending on your job, what would you love to charge a fee for? Can you think of one?
Yeah.
What would it be?
Sorry, Gustavo, but I would charge you for any further vegan content in your texting.
Why you got to call out one of our P1s?
He knows. We love him. He has been a day oneer. He's a great guy, but it's, yeah. I think, I don't know. That's so mean. I hate myself for saying it. But I hate weeding through vegan content sometimes on the text line because he tries to make me feel bad for eating meat. He sends me stuff like on Instagram Messenger and all that.
No. It's pretty simple. You just don't feel bad about it. Yes, I love me some steak. Yes, I'm going to rip flesh from bone when I eat ribs and chicken wings. 100%. And he made his life choice.
Yeah.
I'm making mine.
I guess I do feel bad. Like, it does make me think a certain way, and I don't like feeling bad about myself. So if you're going to text me something that's going to make me feel bad about myself in any way, you cannot call me dumb. You can't force me to be a vegan. You can't do anything like that. It's not just Gustavo. Anybody, you get like a surcharge to insult me.
Okay.
So any insults via text gets a surcharge.
You know, the way that you're talking and saying I'm kind of starting to feel bad a little bit, and it does make me feel a certain way.
I don't want animals to be abused.
You're kind of sounding like Anakin right before Order 66. Like you're on the edge, and you're about to go kill a bunch of kid Jedis.
Star Wars.
Okay.
You kill kids?
No. You got to see the movie.
Okay.
Never mind. Let's see. Someone else said, I'm an administrative assistant. I'd like to charge a $40 fee to staff who leave dirty dishes in the sink.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, 100%.
Or like if you spill on the counter, like you spill coffee or creamer, so just brush it off into the sink. It's real easy.
Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. It's Tristan. How are y'all doing?
Good, man. At your job, what would you love to charge a fee for?
Okay, so if y'all remember, I deal with the surgical implants and surgery tools, right?
Okay, yeah.
I would love to charge Ohio State for inconvenience fees because they are always losing my stuff.
Oh, my God.
It takes me 3+ hours to locate 5 different items, and I just have to waste my whole entire day. They lose so much stuff. Like, I get it. It's a big facility, but we've been operating for how many years of doing surgeries? Maybe we should have a general idea of where things can get returned to.
Right. Oh, that's great. I love that. Thank you for the call, Tristan. Have a good one. I remember back in the day when I did a lot of weddings and I did a lot of nightclubs back in my DJ days when I was behind the ones and twos. I want to collect a $10 fee for everyone that said, you should play this song. Everyone's going to go nuts if you play this song.
Yes.
Bitch, don't tell me how to do my job.
Yes.
I've been doing this a long time.
You are so right, man. I
guarantee
that.
I'm way more on top of music and what people are listening to than you are. Don't tell me what people are going to enjoy. Hate that. 800-821-9970 or 99700. So let's see. 6604 says, I work in a grocery store where I'm in full-time uniform, the name on the store and the name on my badge, and I want to collect $1 for everyone. So, excuse me, do you work here? Obviously, I work here.
Okay.
Obviously, I work here. You got one thick? You're over there looking at the...
I was just looking at the text. I would like to collect a fee for... And Doug Rogers is the best. He's hilarious. Love that guy. He tells some of the funniest jokes. But every single bathroom comment that he texts in, I would be so rich if I could collect a fee for that.
Oh,
because he does the porta potty business where he goes around and services the porta potties.
Good story.
Oh, he's got
good ones.
Incredible stories that'll blow your mind.
It says he wants to collect a fee for every time someone poops in the urinal section of the toilet porta potty.
Oh, look, he even had one on.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yes, it's right there. I thought that's why you commented on it. Oh, yes, he literally said, I want to collect money for every time someone poops in the urinal section. I can totally see that, though. I'm not saying I would do it, but there are certain times you go certain places and the actual toilet section of the porta potty is pretty full.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't want to.
Wait till Sonic Temple.
Oh, I will not be using, no. I will make sure I go before and after, not at. Not happening. Or I'm going to be taking a walk to some indoor facility somewhere.
So they're doing it in in the corner there? That's gross, too.
Let's see. 8697 says, I work at a car wash. I'd love to collect $20 every time someone says, do I put it in park or neutral?
Oh, okay. That's
a funny one. How are you going to put it in park? It has to be in neutral. Your wheels have to roll.
Some of us don't wash our cars that often, okay? We forget.
No, there is that.
We forget.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's see. Corey says, my last name is Van Hassel, and I want to... I want to charge people for hassling fee because my name is
Van Hassel.
Yes.
Oh, how about this one? This might get old. Dustin says, I deliver beer, and I'd love to charge people for every time they tell me, you could just put that beer in the back of my truck.
Right, yeah, when you get to the store and they're like, yeah, just load it up in there. Yes, that would absolutely be a great fee. 800-821-9970 or 99-700. What's that one fee you would love to charge based on what you do for a living? It's 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
But you are going to see a lot of police and emergency responders around the Polaris Mall starting at 9 a.m., maybe a little before. Don't worry about it. They are conducting an active shooter training drill there, and it's expected to last until 10 a.m. So starting at 9 a.m., you might see a ton of Columbus police and a ton of Columbus Fire at Polaris Fashion Place, and that's what that is. The man accused in Tuesday's shooting on I-70 downtown has been given a $500,000 bond. 33-year-old Dwayne Pittman is facing a felonious assault charge after an apparent road rage shooting that left a driver injured. He was in court yesterday. The judge also issued a protection order for the victim, Jesse. Jesse was in court yesterday to watch the proceedings. Now, this is... It may be cut and dry. You can't pull out a gun and fire a shot at somebody. Obviously, that is what elevated this thing to criminal charges. But Jesse claims there was no brake checking going on. I'm just minding my own business. And this guy, pulls out a gun, fires a shot at me. I do encourage you to check out the videos released by ODOT yesterday because they have at least 3 different angles of this thing. There was so much brake checking by both drivers. Like, they were both complete a-holes on the road. And I don't like that this guy, Jesse, is acting like a victim. Now, you shouldn't have been shot. Hands down, that is absolutely the thing that elevated this to an unacceptable. Well, it's all unacceptable. I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling, but what I'm feeling
I totally
is
get it.
Don't act like a victim. You were being just as big of a douchebag as this other guy was.
Right.
And it just so happened that he can't control his anger and has a gun in the car.
Right,
and
horrible.
You shouldn't have fired a shot.
Can't shoot people because you're mad at them.
You could have killed somebody. And so now you're going to probably go to prison. But this guy gets to go around acting like a victim now. He gets to, because you decided to elevate it to that level, this guy gets to act like a victim.
Well, the good news is there's video evidence.
Video evidence. These two,
you can't act like a victim.
You got to watch this. You're like, okay, all right. Yeah, there was brake checking. There's an absolute road rage. And
so what were they doing, like pulling in front of each other?
And the most reckless, and this is rush hour traffic. It's so reckless. They're both like dodging around each other and then cutting each other off and the brakes go on. You can see it all, man. You can see it all. So there's no defense. You shouldn't have been involved, Jesse, and neither obviously should Dwayne Pittman been involved in this. Somebody's got to just back off the situation and let the other guy go. Be an adult. Neither of you are adults. Anyway.
Thanks, Mommy Kelly.
I do hope you get better, Jesse, but
just, who's got the biggest D contest?
Yeah.
Nice.
Stupid.
Well, better get those Temu and Shein orders in before next Friday. That's when both sites are increasing their prices for American customers over tariffs. Now, both companies, Temu and Shein, are owned and operated by separate companies, but they issued nearly identical statements blaming the increase on operating expenses due to tariffs. Neither company specified how much the prices will increase. But this is what I found fascinating. Do you know, and this was as of 2 years ago, this was as of 2023, combined, Shein and Temu send nearly 600,000 packages to the U.S. per day.
Per day?
Per day.
Wow.
600,000 packages to the U.S.
Crazy.
That is wild. All right, those are your 3 things.
So yesterday we told you a story about a customer at a restaurant who got his bill, opened it up to go pay, and saw right there on the line item, bitching fee, $5. Because I guess he had complained about getting the wrong beer. He says they had to laugh about it, but yeah, he was charged a $5 bitching fee. And so it raises the question, at your job specific, what would you love to charge for? An extra fee for this, because it happens all the time at your job. And texts are rolling in. Vanessa, I love this so much. Vanessa's a female plumber. It works in the plumbing industry. And she says the amount of times I've heard jokes about laying pipe.
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh.
I want to collect a fee for every time some guy says to me something about laying pipe. Yeah, guys are very unoriginal. 100%. I agree with you, Vanessa.
Melissa says, I'm a teacher. I'd be so rich if I got paid every time a student asks, are we doing anything today?
Right?
Well, they say, what are we supposed to do right after she just gave directions?
Although Jocelyn says I'm a first grade teacher and I'd love to charge every time I have to repeat myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, to first graders.
I believe it.
Could absolutely see that. You'd never have to work again.
John D says, how about a flip-off fee? I work for ODOT every day. I get flipped off 3 times a day.
Now, wait, is that because you're taking up the road, or they're just mad at ODOT in general and they're taking it out on you?
Yeah, he says he might be covering a pothole rack, whatever it is he has to do.
Oh, so for blocking the roadway,
Yeah.
you're impeding my way home.
They're flipping him on. He's trying to fix something,
How about, go ahead.
I'm sorry, no.
I was going to say, how about this one? When you're out walking your dog and someone's like, who's walking who?
Yep.
$15, man.
I got my hand. There you
Instant
go.
charge.
Yeah, you probably get that
Who's
question.
walking who?
Tracy says, I work in an urgent care, and I would love to charge a fee for every patient that comes in that doesn't know what kind of medications they're on. They're like, yeah, I got the little blue pill, the little yellow pill. It's square. Like, you're supposed to know what that is.
Yeah.
How do you not know your medications? Come on.
Yeah.
If you've got one, 800-821-9970 or 99700. Love to talk to you about what kind of fee you'd love to charge.
Doug Rogers added another one. Again, he's in the porta potty business, and he said he'd like to charge a fee every time somebody says, that's a crappy job.
Yeah, I would owe you some money, dog. I've said that a time or two.
He probably hears it
For sure.
daily.
Yeah. Shoot us a text. Give us a call. 800-821-9970. It's 99.7 The Blitz. Welcome to your Thursday. All in all, going to be a pretty decent day. High of 65, although some afternoon clouds. Weekend's looking pretty nice. Might see 80 tomorrow.
Woo!
It's going to be windy, but warm. And the weekend's looking pretty nice. 72, maybe a shower or so on Saturday. Almost 70 on Sunday with a couple showers here and there. But all in all, not too bad. So hopefully things are going well in your life. If not, however, don't worry, we've got you covered, because every week I like to visit one of my favorite websites called F My Life, where people go on and just complain about things going on in their life so you can feel a little bit better about yours. Like this guy. Today I thought it'd be a good idea to sneak out of work early and pay a little visit to the old watering hole. I ended up staggering home, drunkenly made a nacho cheese Dorito milkshake with the blender, and then promptly puked my guts out all over the kitchen table.
Oh.
Don't you hate when those, like, I'm going to go, just hang out for a minute? This happens
never a minute.
Just have one.
This happened to me, 2 weeks ago? Went out with the boss.
Yeah.
And had one too many, and it was right next door to the place I discovered where I play poker. And I was like, I'll go play poker for a little bit. Next thing you know, it was like midnight. I'm like, well, crap, the alarm goes off in 4 hours.
Oh.
That wasn't a good morning. Today at work, as a groomer's assistant, my boss said something that I didn't quite catch as I was about to take the leash off of a dog. I looked out at my boss and said, what? And she replied, be careful, he bites. I now have 6 stitches on my finger from a 6-pound fluffy Maltese.
Oh, they say those little dogs pack a punch because you don't expect it.
They're so, like Chihuahuas, F-Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
And the teeth are sharp.
Yeah, those little rats.
They are rats.
Today I attended a family reunion during which my grandma gave me relationship advice in front of everyone. Well, she's been married 5 times. Her longest marriage lasted 6 months. Not the person you want to get relationship.
She knows what not to do.
Right, exactly. You might want to, don't tell me what to do. Tell me what not to do. Tell me all the things you do in your relationship so I can be sure not to do those. Today, I saw a long black hair coming out of the drain. Thinking it was my sister's, I called her in and pulled it out to show it to her, only to realize I was actually pulling out a large cockroach by its antenna.
No!
Could you imagine pulling that all of a sudden? It's just stuck to your finger.
And didn't she feel good as a sister? Like, see?
That's what you get, yeah.
Accusing me of things.
How big is this cockroach?
I mean, big enough. They
Bite your head off, man.
For sure. Today, I attempted to assemble a piece of furniture that claimed to be easy to build in minutes. 4 hours and multiple arguments later, I realized I had misread the instructions and half the parts were in upside down. So now I have to take it apart and start all over again.
This sounds like a Wayfair situation. Have you ever just seen laid out, displayed before you every single piece that comes out of a Wayfair box? It is very intimidating. And yes, things do go in upside down.
I have had that mental internal argument many times where it's like, look, you go to a furniture store and you can buy this, armoire or whatever for hundreds of dollars. Or you can go to a place like IKEA and get it for $100, but then you got to spend all that time putting that stuff together. Yeah. And I'm like, is it worth it?
Sometimes it is. Like, there's enough savings where it's worth it, but there's always regret mixed in.
100%.
Ugh.
100%. Today I woke up to my apartment filled with smoke, fire alarms blaring. My roommate set my kitchen on fire while making hot dogs.
Hot dogs?
The problem is, this is the 4th time this has happened.
Oh, you got to ban a hot dog.
What catches the hot dog on fire?
I don't know.
Boiling water? I mean, are you grilling them inside?
Yeah, you grill them inside the
right on the
toaster
pan.
oven.
Oh, inside what?
Inside a toaster oven, yeah.
You grill your hot dogs
But they're not grilled. They're basically toaster ovened. They're toasted.
And they can catch on fire?
Why wouldn't you just put them in like a frying pan and roll them back and forth and they get that nice little char on them?
Ooh, try that next time.
Today I was applying Icy Hot. I squeezed the bottle too hard, making it squirt into my eye. So I ran into the bathroom in agony, turning on the faucet. I then bent over and slammed my face into the counter because I kept my eyes closed. Today I was looking up gym memberships in my neighborhood online because I'm getting old and unfit. As I was looking at the prices, thanks to some well-placed advertising magic, I ended up ordering a pizza and binge-watching Netflix.
Who hasn't been there?
Totally felt that pain before.
Oh, yeah.
Genius marketing. I agree, by the way. Whoever made that digital ad buy to put the pizza ad right on the gym membership site. And finally, today, while I was eating spicy chicken wings, I suddenly sneezed. However, I was sitting in front of a fan and effectively pepper sprayed myself in the face with spicy sneeze spittle coming back into my eyes.
Oh.
Although, I will say this, self-inflicted food damage. I just did it. I warmed up my breakfast a second ago. Right as you started the news, right before you did, I took a bite of this microwaved breakfast burrito, and it's egg, cheese, and bacon, and the cheese was molten and came squirting out the top and landed on my lip. Yeah. And I was screaming. Vic's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?"
Oh my God, you guys, you should have heard. I wish I'd have recorded it. I wish I would give anything to have the audio to play for everybody.
It hurt. I mean,
he was losing it.
You'll feel that for a while.
There's a little bump there.
Yeah.
It burned. That's molten hot lava cheese.
But you were like visibly angry. I could tell you were so mad.
I was pissed. I said words you cannot say live over the radio for sure.
I think by tomorrow morning that thing's going to look like a cold sore.
Oh, great. Awesome. Nora's showing up tonight, so when she gets home, it'll be like, give me a herpy kiss. Yeah. Hopefully you feel a little bit better about your life now after some FML. Kelly, can you think of something that falls under the category of too much of a good thing?
Oh, well, I can turn anything into too much of a good thing.
I think a lot of things, yes, I agree with you.
Like if I get started on a bag of, like a big family-sized bag of peanut M&Ms, I can't stop. And I will just mow through that bag. And that'll be what I eat during a day. And at the end of the day, I hate myself. I feel sick. And it's too much of a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Food, absolutely.
Yeah. I think anyone would say, what's your favorite food? It's your favorite food when you get it every so often. Oh my God, I love this thing. But if you were to have it every single day,
right,
it'd be too much of a good thing. And I think anything could kind of fall into that category, including this young man who has been floating around the interwebs because this young man, unfortunately, suffers from a medical condition, and no one really wants to suffer from a medical condition. Even if your medical condition results in what we would all consider probably the greatest feeling in the entire world. Unfortunately, this man has arousal syndrome.
Ooh. This is a real thing.
This is a real thing. Where, yes, it's exactly as it sounds. He has no control over it. It happens at random times.
Oh.
And it's ruining his life. Here, take a quick listen.
And on the way there, I had my first 5 orgasms, and they've never stopped.
Dale has been unable to work since the accident and is mostly housebound through fear of experiencing an episode in public. But he enjoys playing frisbee golf with his closest friends.
Oh, God. They happen at all times in any situation. They happen when I'm awake. They happen when I'm asleep. They happen in the shower.
Oh, good for you.
I mean, that you can't live like that.
No.
You can't live like that.
Just at any moment.
No.
At any moment. It just happens.
No way.
This is way beyond premature ejaculation.
I mean, five times a day, 6 times a day at any point.
He just you see him, he was out there playing, he just dropped to his knees.
I think anyone would be like, the first day, you're like, all right. Relaxed the entire day. Because you know you're not going more than a couple hours without the ultimate dopamine hit. But after day number 2, you're like,
you can't even work.
Okay.
Like, you've become inappropriate in the workplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way. I mean, there's no way to really explain it to anyone besides flat out telling them what's going on. And again, after day number 2, I think you'd be sick of it.
Yeah.
You'd be sick of it happening so much.
Yeah.
I can't even fathom trying to walk around like this. I'm curious. I was looking up why.
I was thinking of, speaking of walking around with something, have you ever seen somebody have elephantiasis of the scrotum?
Yes.
Like where you need like a wheelbarrow to carry your
Yep.
scrotum around?
That would be worse. That would be worse.
That's walking around with too much of a good thing.
And so I was wondering if anyone, I was very curious about like what people have, these rare syndromes like this. Like, did you know about autobrewery syndrome? Autobrewery syndrome.
Yes, where you metabolize sugars into like alcohol or something.
Yes, that's exactly it. If you eat carb-heavy foods, it metabolizes the carbs and the sugars and basically gets you drunk from internalization of the carbohydrates.
Wow.
Man.
It basically ferments the carbs, and yes, you end up drunk.
That'd be terrible. Yeah.
Again, I think we all enjoy, most of us enjoy going out, having some drinks with the friends, or having game night and getting your drink on. But all the time?
Yeah.
No, you don't want that. We've talked about foreign accent syndrome before. People get hit in the head, they're concussed, or they go into a coma, and then they wake up, and all of a sudden,
so weird.
They're talking in a different accent.
Yes.
Like, what? I've never heard of this. This sounds awful. Fish odor syndrome.
Oh.
What?
It's when a person has trimethylmelanuria. Basically, your body emits, when you sweat, it smells like rotting fish.
Oh, no.
There's nothing you can do about that?
It's a specific mutation of the FMO3 gene and instructs the body to produce enzymes that break down organic compounds, and it releases an unpleasant odor. That would be so awful. I'm very. Maybe this is against HIPAA. We're breaking HIPAA violation. Maybe we don't have to give your name or anything. But does anyone have anything really weird going on out there?
Have you ever heard of alien hand syndrome? Where you're like, it's like your limb, like you have a limb that kind of like does its own thing.
Yes.
Yes. That's a weird thing. I don't have it, but I've heard of it.
Have you seen the people with the ends of their fingers are like big round balls?
Bulbous, yeah.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, like bulbous, tips of your finger.
Yeah.
That's more of a heart condition, I've heard.
That's like Raynaud's syndrome or something like that.
Is that what it is?
Isn't it?
Okay.
Wait, I don't know if that's what that is. It's when your hand like turns white, or I don't know.
800-821-9970. If anyone's, or you shoot us a text. Well, completely anonymous.
Okay, what about like pica, where you like kids they're deficient in some kind of nutrients and they'll like lick the walls or eat dirt or whatever because their body's trying to get the nutrients it needs. And they like crave eating dirt or licking paint or something like that.
There was a lady that had to have surgery because she was eating the stuffing from her couch.
Oh yeah, those are the people that eat weird things. There have been shows on that.
Yeah,
I remember her.
Sure.
Absolutely remember her.
Oh man, I couldn't fathom. Although alien hand syndrome would be great, like if someone ticked you off and you were just like, sorry, alien hand syndrome.
Yeah, I have a doctor's note.
Yeah, he's carrying the doctor's note with you. Does anyone know anyone that's got something really rare or strange? I'm just curious. Again, we'll keep it completely anonymous. I'm not trying to break any HIPAA violations or anything like that. But I'm just so curious if anyone has, because it's amazing.
Yeah.
what the human body can do sometimes. 800-821-9970 or 99-700. It's 99.7 The Blitz. Talking about this guy who's been floating around the internet lately. He has got a medical condition. And basically, he's got autoerotic syndrome. His body just does what it wants when it wants, and he is known to orgasm like 6-7 times a day.
He can't even hold down a job.
Out of nowhere. It just happens. Again, day number 1, I think you're high-fiving yourself. After day number 2, you're over it.
Ugh.
There's just no way you can continue to go on like that.
What if you could control it? Would you want it then? You could just decide now.
That's what male porn stars are. That's exactly what they do. They're like, okay, now. Here we go.
People are texting in with their weird medical conditions. I am loving this so much. Okay, so Randy says he's allergic to alcohol. More than a shot in 30 minutes and he breaks out in hives.
Oh, man.
Yeah. William says my wife has fainting goat syndrome. What? He said...
Wait, like the fainting goat, she's like, eh, and you fall over.
He said we tried playing Ding Dong Ditch at a hotel, and, you like ding dong and then you run, but her legs gave out, and he had to drag her away.
She passed out from the excitement?
Is that a thing?
Ashley says her tonsils grew back after they were removed.
Ooh.
Is that a thing that happens?
What?
Yeah, I guess.
Or did the doctor leave like 1 or 2 cells? Like they didn't get it all out?
Yeah.
So the 1 or 2 cells just kind of continued to regenerate? Oh, man. Stephanie has Chiari malformation, a condition in which the brain tissue extends into the spinal canal, exposing the brain at the nape of the neck. What? That is unbelievable.
I don't even know how to... I'm trying to pick... I don't... That's crazy.
Okay, Lisa has the greatest idea about that poor guy walking around he can't control, when he... whatever. Anyway, Lisa said that guy would be a great sperm donor candidate.
I was just thinking the same thing.
He'd really make some money off that.
I think he would be out.
We're doing
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you at that point?
I don't have any.
Are you just shoot? Is it just...
Okay, he doesn't even have to change his shorts anymore after it happens.
No, it's just that it's just that feeling, but nothing. Or it looks like a mini sandstorm.
Kelly's on the floor.
It's just.
Oh my gosh!
It looks like LeBron's entrance into a basketball game when he throws the chalk in the air. If you've got one. 800-821-9970 or 99-700.
So when I was in high school, I knew this guy, and he didn't have on both hands. It was weird. I don't know if they just didn't develop before, right before he was born or whatever. He didn't get fully developed. But instead of 4 fingers, he had like 2, like how Spock holds up his fingers. But it was one big, two big fingers instead of 4.
It's claw hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, totally seen that.
He didn't let it stop him from anything.
There was a guy
he could do everything.
What was that? The 3rd season of American Horror Story that involved the circus or the carnival?
Oh yeah, the freak show.
Yeah. There was a guy who had that.
Yes,
and all the women went to go see him.
That's right. That's exactly what the guy I knew in high school had.
Ashley says she has dermagraphia, skin writing. She can write on her skin with her finger, and it I guess it comes out. Like you can see the words. That's so strange.
Wow.
That is why, it's not just a situation where you need some Lubriderm. This is actually your writing getting in your skin.
In your skin.
Whoa.
Yep. That is insane. Werewolf syndrome.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
those. Makes your hair pretty much everywhere.
Werewolf syndrome. Oh,
yeah, I've seen those kids.
I always wondered. I got very lucky. My father was a very hairy man. Not only did he have the full bush of chest, but it was on his shoulders. He had the back wings. He had a hairy back. I couldn't imagine shaving all the time. Like the people that actually shave their backs and stuff.
Yeah.
But then again, are you just walking around in a sweater the entire time? Which also wouldn't be that great.
Yeah.
But the itch. I mean, I know like when the neck hair grows on my neck, when it comes out a little bit, it starts to itch. I couldn't imagine all over. It would be god-awful.
Okay, there's this one I'm reading about called delusional parasitosis, where you believe, it is a mental health condition, you believe your body is infested with parasites.
Oh.
Like you fully believe it. You feel it and believe that you need to be cleansed of parasites.
I mean,
that would be awful.
And
oh
how do you convince them otherwise? Obviously, there's a psychiatrist involved. You need some help. Yeah. But to convince them otherwise would be insane.
Dallas says, I have 2 friends who are brothers, 2 different ages, not twins. One of them only has 1 left testicle. The other one only has 1 right testicle.
What?
Very interesting.
But not twins, so it's not like something got mixed up in the womb where it's like, I'll take this one, you take that one.
No.
That's crazy.
Isn't that bizarre?
800-821-9970 or 99700. Would love to hear about yours or someone you know. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
A federal judge has permanently blocked an Ohio law that would have required children under the age of 16 to get parental consent to use social media and gaming apps. The permanent injunction prevents authorities from enforcing the Parental Notification by Social Media Operators Act. The law originally was set to take effect January 15th. But a trade group called NetChoice filed a lawsuit. NetChoice is representing TikTok, Snapchat, Meta, and other major tech companies. They said, listen, the law is vague, it's overly broad, and it's an unconstitutional impediment of free speech. And the judge agreed. So that will not be happening. Your kids are not going to have to get permission to use social media and gaming apps.
Wow.
Yeah, the judge was like, why? So the parent, you make the parent do something, and then there's no... Like, so what? Then you're back to square one. They can do whatever they want online. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it seems like kind of an overreach.
A little bit.
Yeah. Haley Joel Osment was recently arrested for alleged public intoxication and possession of a controlled substance. The 37-year-old was handcuffed at, I can't believe he's 37. He looks really grizzled for 37.
Yeah, I mean, he looks a little older.
Yeah. He's a great actor. I really love him. He was in a few episodes of Silicon Valley.
Yes.
If you guys watch that.
Yeah, I love
He
that
was
show.
also, he had a great part in the Entourage movie.
Yeah,
He did
yes.
a really good job there, too.
So anyway, he was at Mammoth Mountain Ski Area in Eastern California on April 8th. Police responded to a call about an allegedly intoxicated and unruly skier. They handcuffed him, booked him for public intoxication and possession of a controlled substance that was reportedly sent to a lab for testing. Don't know what that was. He was released shortly after. Now, this is not his first alcohol-related arrest, but the last one was in 2006. So I feel like it's not a habit. Right? But he was taken into custody in 2006 after he drove into a brick pillar while intoxicated. He was ordered into rehab and 6 months of AA meetings.
Unless he was flying down the mountain and seriously endangering other people. What you drink when you ski. I'm in Colorado at some of the mountains. They actually have ice bars.
Yes.
On the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to get to the warming house or anything.
Yeah, right.
You can pull off to the side and they actually have a bar made out of ice where you stop for a drink or two. Like, that's what you do. People take a little flask, a little fireball, stay warm while you're out there.
Yeah, I'm pretty much thinking there was an incident they haven't described here because nobody's calling the cops on anybody.
You can't be unruly.
Yeah.
As it
What
said.
does unruly mean?
And what's the controlled substance?
Yeah.
Well, that's the other problem.
Yeah.
But they never would have known if he wasn't being unruly.
Right.
That's right. Well, the 77th Emmy Awards are coming up September 14th on CBS, and the network has announced the host, comedian Nate Bargatze. He was the top-earning comedian of the year in 2024, selling more than 1.2 million tickets. He is one of the most popular stand-up comics working right now. He has released 3 Netflix specials, 3 other stand-up specials, and hosted Saturday Night Live twice, as well as he had a TV Christmas special this past year. So, yeah, the hottest comedian working right now. And
Great choice.
I agree. He'll be hosting the Emmy Awards in September. And those are your 3 things.
Bubba Flagg's coming to town on Saturday, Newport Music Hall. with Broken Habits, This Day Forever, Electric Dream Machine, Atessa as well. And we've got your tickets. We are going to do another timing challenge. Very simple. We've each selected a song we know and love. The song will start. We are going to sing along with the song karaoke style. However, that karaoke style is quickly going to switch to a cappella style. And we're going to see if we can stay on point, if we can stay on time, if we can stay on beat. And then when the song comes back, hopefully we are in the exact same spot we're supposed to be. But not as easy when the song isn't playing along with you. We've each gotten a representative that has chosen us as their teammate. Thick, who are we representing today?
All right, Goose, you are playing for Slayson.
All right.
You were picked first.
Nice.
Kelly, you were picked second. You will be playing for Nathan.
Nathan.
And like a smart caller, I was picked last. Chris will be, I'll be playing for Chris.
Hey, you killed it last time, Thick.
You really did.
You were right on the money.
Yeah.
Well, squirrel finds a nut.
So we have each selected a song. Do we decide on an order? Thick, I say you won, you go first.
All right.
What song are you doing today?
I am doing the Devil Went Down to Georgia by the Charlie Daniels.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a hard one.
Okay, that one is not easy at all. That's a pretty fast song. Okay.
Is it? I guess it is a little fast.
All right, Thick.
Hang on a second here. I got to get this over here. Daggone it.
What did you do?
My computer's acting very weird.
Devil went down to Georgia.
All right, I got it.
For a soul to steal.
I got it.
Oh, okay, Kelly. All right, the song starts. You're singing along. The audio will cut out. You will keep going, and then the audio will come back, and hopefully you are in the exact spot that you are supposed to be for the timing challenge.
Come on,
Thick, whenever you're ready.
You can do it.
Oh, man, here we go.
This is a terrible choice.
It was. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I love it.
Come on. The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind, and he was willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man sawing on a fiddle and playing it hot, and the devil jumped up on a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. You probably didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too, and if you'd care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now, you play pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I'll bet a fiddle of gold against your soul." Terrible!
You were off before the music even cut out. Like you were.
Was I?
Yeah.
I was hearing it in my head.
No, you were.
All right, whatever.
That was a toughie.
I told you he was smart for picking me last.
That was a toughie. We may butcher it worse. You may still win. You never know.
Oh my gosh, man! Well, I was way off.
I'm gonna give that like a C-.
That's an F. I failed. That's a fail.
Man. Kelly, your choice. You want to go next or you want to go last?
Damn it! I'm sorry, Chris.
You go next.
Me go next?
Yeah,
all right.
you go next.
Here's the deal. I'm not doing anything that easier, I don't think, because my song is "Fight for Your Right to Party" by the Beastie Boys.
Oh, nice.
The words on that are easy, but there's so much space in between some of the...
Yeah, it's a timing.
Yeah, that's a tough timing.
Yeah, it's not exactly totally on beat, so let's find out what happens.
That's why I was thinking about Devil Went Down to Georgia. It's just nonstop words. I'm like, I don't have to count. I just keep... And it didn't work out that way.
No, it did not.
All right. Are you ready?
Yay!
We're just starting from the beginning, right?
See what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
Are you ready?
Start from the beginning?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah! Kick it! So I'm gonna step back and just yell it. You wake up for the school and you don't wanna go. You ask your mom please, but she still says no. You missed 2 classes and no homework. But your teacher preaches class like some kind of jerk. You gotta fight for your right to party. You gotta fight for your right. Oh, there's not a double. Not a double fight for your right.
Okay, you're right. I do have a chance. That was worse than mine.
There was. I thought there were two you got to fight for your rights. Damn it.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Well, caught you smoking, and he says, no way. That hypocrite smokes too. Oh, man, I really effed that one up.
Oh, it sounded good, though, all the way up to that point.
Up to that point.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly. Nathan's got a really good chance of winning here.
All right.
But Chris, you're still in this.
Sorry, so yeah, I get an F. You get a C-. I got an F.
All right. Let's get this, Nathan. All right, I chose Fire Lake by Bob Seger.
Oh.
Wow, okay.
My father that never was.
Yeah.
All right, you ready, Kelly?
I'm ready.
A slow one. This is so much easier to keep track of the time.
It's a strategy.
Who's gonna ride that chrome three-wheeler? Who's gonna make that first mistake? Who wants to wear those gypsy leathers? All the way to Fire Lake.
Hey, you cut his out way later.
What are you talking about? I cut his out at the end of the verse. Well, you didn't even. Oh my gosh!
Wait a second. You can't just.
I mean,
Let me keep going.
I'm gonna go back two lines. All right.
All right. Wait.
Just follow. Get in when you can.
Wait.
Who wants to wear gypsy leather? All the way to Fire Lake. Who wants to break the news
about Uncle Joe? You remember Uncle Joe? He wasn't one afraid to cut the cake. Dun, 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 dun. Who wants to tell poor Aunt Sarah?
You definitely beat us both. You definitely beat us both. Oh my God.
Although borderline forfeit, just saying, wait a minute, hold on, I wasn't ready yet.
Man.
You got to do, you got to turn it down when I'm ready for you to turn it down.
Did I kind of cheat?
A little bit.
Do you want me to do the next verse?
No.
Right.
No.
We'll give Nathan the ticket.
Nathan's going to Boba
By
Flex.
far did the best. Wait, turn it down when I say turn it down, and then turn it back up when I point at you, so I know exactly when I'm on point. Good Lord.
Kelly will find a way to win a game.
Nathan, congratulations. We'll give you Boba Flex tickets. That was just
Joe's run off.
not a good round of the timing. Failed miserably.
I'm still on time.
On all accounts. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, this first story coming out of Denver. I'll admit, I've got no problem flying. I'm not scared of flying. Turbulence don't bother me. I remember a time when we were going through some really bad turbulence, and we were putting our hands up in the air because we'd come out of our seats every so often.
Oh, wow, is that bad?
Oh, yeah, it was bad. But I
like you're on a roller coaster.
That's exactly it. I just put my hands up in the air. It doesn't bother me. This would make my heart race a little bit. There was a flight from Denver to Edmonton on Sunday, United Airlines flight. And just after the plane took off, there was a loud bang, significant vibration, and flames were shooting out of the right engine. Like, and there's video from inside the plane, and the whole plane is lighting up orange because these flames are shooting out of the engine. It was a giant backfire coming from the engine. And they called it in. Obviously, people on the plane are taking video. You can hear a couple screams and some cuss words. I would say rightfully so. And as it turns out, a rabbit got sucked into the engine on takeoff.
Oh,
how do you get up there?
Little feller.
I don't know.
How do you get up there?
But you can hear the pilot actually go, "Yep, rabbit, that'll do it." Like, he knew. What I find funniest of the entire thing, though, well, let me continue by saying the plane made a U-turn, came back and landed safely in Denver with no problems. The plane was repaired and is back in service. But the funniest part was literally in the article they say no word on the condition of the rabbit.
Well, I think we know.
What are you questioning? He was sucked into a jet engine.
He's gone, man.
There
so
isn't
the
even a
article
lucky rabbit
specified we don't know the condition of the rabbit?
Yes!
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
What did you think happened to that rabbit?
Is that somebody just trying to be funny?
Possibly. I don't know.
Seriously.
Now, here's the thing. Animal strikes on airplanes are, nothing new. Obviously, mostly it's bird strikes.
Right.
But in 2024, there were 4 reported rabbit incidents.
Really?
When it came to airplanes.
Well, obviously the pilot knew it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do it every time.
Did you see him as the plane is going down the runway and all of a sudden in the field you just see the rabbit just comes flying at the plane, ears flapping back, right into the engine.
Man.
Oh, he got sucked off the ground.
I have to assume so.
Okay. That's how, because I was like, how did he get up there?
I mean, unless there was a baggage handler who was like, oh, forget this thing. Just chucked it up in there before the plane, started or whatever.
But okay, I didn't realize it was that powerful, just suck him right off the ground. Man.
I guess.
Darwin Award for that poor little rabbit.
Poor little rabbit, yeah. Here's a story for you. If you enjoy a little bit of the devil's lettuce, you want to enjoy a little wacky tobacco, and help out police officers at the same time, you will now be able to do so because there is a new program that is starting, and I'm trying to find out where this is taking place. Oh, Seattle. This is in Seattle.
Oh, of course.
If you want to head on out to Seattle, you can help out the Seattle Police Department Training Unit because they are hosting a DUI Greenland lab on May 9th. Basically, they're looking for volunteers aged 21 and over to consume their favorite form of marijuana.
The weed!
Whether it's edibles, vape, smoking, however you want to ingest it. They're going to pair you up with an officer who is going to, note your condition and your changes and then give you a field sobriety test so they can practice what to look for and how it affects different people.
I feel like this could be an excuse for a little while if you get pulled over and... for smoking weed or what they accuse you of it. You can say, listen, I'm just helping out the Seattle Police Department with their...
Now, this is in a controlled room in a controlled specific time. They're not just saying anyone, but it'll kick off at approximately 9:30 in the morning. Training will finish about 4. You are responsible for bringing your own...
Oh, is that right?
Marijuana or edible or whatever you want to bring. However, in a very smart move... They are providing snacks.
Oh, okay.
So
that's cool.
Team up with a dispensary.
What's that?
Team up with a dispensary. You can have a whole thing.
It's not a bad idea.
I went to the police station so I could get high.
So if you have any help in helping out the police I think it'd be fun.
Oh, I just trying to fool them.
I wonder if Columbus Police will do something like that.
Possibly.
I feel like the big metropolitan police departments need to figure out how
Call me. Please call me.
Seattle, Washington. Seattle. Oh, my God. Washington and Colorado were the first 2 states to do the legalization of marijuana. So they've been dealing, obviously, for a very long time and trying to, obviously help their officers. I think it'd be fun. The one reason I would go, because I think deep down we've all wanted to do this one time, is take a big old rip and just blow it in the officer's face. And there's nothing they can do about it because you're there to help them.
Why do you want to do that?
I don't know.
There's a story behind this.
No, I completely respect police officers. I don't really want to do it. I'm just saying I could see someone who would want to.
Yeah.
Just saying. So, there you go. That's your not so breaking news. 99.7 The Blitz. I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw a post on Marketplace, and it was actually from a former coworker, friend. Haven't talked to him in a while, but he was selling his road bike. I would call it a 10-speed, but I don't think the professionals call it that. But it's shaped like a 10-speed.
Right.
You know, the curled handlebars.
They come in like 20 speeds now, I think is what it is.
But it's one of those custom light frame, thin wheels, because he would ride his bike hundreds of miles a week. That's what he did. And so I hit him up. I was like, what, you're selling your bike? You got a new one or something? He goes, no. He goes, I haven't ridden in about 3 years. It just kind of faded out of his life. Things got busy at work. He had some more responsibilities added at his job, so he's working a little bit more. The baby was getting a little bit older, more things to do. And so it just kind of faded out of his life. So I want to know, what's that one thing that you used to love that just kind of faded away? Because it got me thinking. I remember shortly after college, I went to a rec center one time, and there was open gym, and they were doing open volleyball. And I was like, oh, I used to like volleyball. And so I went, not realizing that a lot of these players aren't just there like in your backyard summer.
They're serious.
Push the stake into the ground to set up your net. No, these were some competitive volleyball players. And being the competitive person I am, I got the ball hit at me, which hit me in the face from a very hard spike. And I said to myself, I will never let that happen again. So I played constantly. And I got to the point where I was actually playing in the MPVA, which is the Midwest Professional Volleyball Association.
Wow.
I had a volleyball tattoo on my calf. I loved playing volleyball. And I don't even know the reason why. I don't know if it's because I moved away from that particular rec center, even though I remember playing in leagues and other places. But it just faded away. I got the tattoo covered up with a different tattoo. So what's something you used to love that just kind of faded away? Kelly, can you think of something back in the day?
I feel like for me it's the pool. I used to love being at the pool. And of course, as a kid, every kid loves being at the pool. But I got really into diving, and I was on the diving team. And then I went to, I took it about as far as I could. Then took diving in college at Ohio State just for fun and for credit. I took a diving class. I loved
There's a diving class?
There's a diving class, which I took, and it was a blast. Loved every second of it. And I would say mostly being in a diving well and going off the diving boards. And I don't know that I could do it today, but I taught diving. I was at the pool constantly.
Okay.
So I did tons of diving classes. I coached a diving team for 3 or 4 years. I really was into it. And then, of course, life just sort of takes over.
Yeah.
You get beyond the pool age or whatever. And I still love a pool. I just never go. So I don't know.
Interesting.
I feel like I could teach you how to dive, though, to this day.
What, like diving class, how do you get graded? Do they teach you how to flip? Like they take the steps, like first you lean forward and then you kick your legs. Like that's such an interesting class.
Yeah, it is, especially for somebody who had been doing it for years.
Right.
And I'm just taking a regular.
Oh, it's an easy A.
But and it also, you are expected to advance beyond what you can currently do.
Funny enough, Dave texted in and said diving. Can't find a pool with good diving boards anymore.
It's true. You really can't. They shut down like Olympic Swim Club. They used to have the platforms. And they shut that place down. That was too bad.
Man, I don't know about the Hilliard pool if it's there, but they had a great high dive. I don't know, but a lot of pools took out the high dives.
Right.
Some took out all diving.
Yeah.
We had at Northland Swim Club, which is still in operation to this day. They had a low dive, then a 1 meter, then a 3 meter, and so I always did 1 meter competitive diving. I never did 3 meters. So, and does anybody have a good 1 meter diving board? I would love to know.
Okay.
I think Highlands Park in Westerville does.
800-821-9970. Give us a call, or you can shoot us a text, 99700. What's that one thing you used to love that just kind of faded away? 3165 says weightlifting consistently. Kids, work, life, hard to really do it consistently anymore. I could see that.
Yeah.
I'd say a lot of people would feel that way about the gym in general. Something that kind of faded away. Scott, skateboarding. Was that an age thing, or again, did life get in the way? It just kind of faded away. You lost interest in it. Vic, do you got one? What's something that you used to love that kind of faded away?
Yeah, there's two for sure. One is riding dirt bikes, motorcycles on dirt.
Oh, okay. Did you do like the jumps and stuff, like Excite Bike and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, love that. I'm talking like 4th grade, 3rd grade.
Okay.
Yeah, had that little Honda 50, then the Suzuki Army, but and then breakdancing. breakdancing was. I mean, like.
Now wait, is that more of like an age thing that faded out, or breakdancing went away for a long time?
Well, I think it's kind of both. Plus, you start to get to a point where you're like, yeah, I don't have time for an emergency room, and
there's that.
But it just kind of, I think it's definitely a young person's game. I mean, I used to spin on my head.
Really?
And, and I missed the camaraderie with my friends. I mean, every day in my basement, we were practicing. We were going to these competitions,
Okay.
I mean, I definitely miss it, though.
There are certain things you can spend time on when you're younger. You just don't have time to spend now. And the physical capabilities go down. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd be breaking my neck now.
800-821-9970 or 99-700. What's that one thing you used to love that just kind of faded out of your life? It's 99.7 The Blitz. So I was on Facebook Marketplace. And
were you looking for the money that got stolen from me over there?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly
thank
what
you.
I was doing, trying to hunt the person down who
Appreciate
scammed you
it.
out of money.
Yeah.
But saw a Facebook friend who was selling his road bike, and I was kind of shocked because he was very much into bike riding, but he said in the past 3 years he doesn't have time. And this is one of those custom-made, light frame, worth thousands of dollars just to have that sitting in your garage for no reason.
Like a Tour de France bike.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, and it just kind of, like I said, faded out of his life. So I wanted to know, what's that one thing you used to love that just isn't in your life anymore? Doug says bowling. Due to my hip, can't really bowl anymore. I totally get that.
We got a few bowling. People really love to bowl, and they just don't have the time to do it anymore or have physical issues.
Yeah.
Alexander says she misses sleep. She works as a nurse, and she has 2 toddlers. So she remembers back in the day when she used to get sleep.
Yep, that is faded out of your life for sure.
Yeah.
James gave up going to bars, so he doesn't play pool much anymore because that's what he used to do, go play pool and go to the bars. So I can see if you make a life change like that, that's going to affect what you do.
We got 3 texts in a row. Nate, who's been married 25 years, Doug, who's been married for 20 years, and Lucian. Sex has faded out of their lives, and they miss it dearly.
Well, that's unfortunate. But I can see the married joke for sure. They're fading away. Yeah, it does happen. We all think that it's just going to remain the same all the time. That's not how life works.
It can.
Maybe you could just talk to your partner about it.
You can do that too.
Communication's everything.
Let's see.
Matt, the truck driver, says used to be in a band. We were pretty good when we broke up and stopped playing music.
Ooh.
Oh. So, yeah, we'd miss
that would
playing
be really
music.
unfortunate. Yeah. Another skateboarding. Don't want to get hurt. Yeah. Again, like sometimes this has to do with age and physical limitations. Sometimes it has to do with time and what kind of free time you have in your life. Because I saw one gentleman said he'd love to. Oh, here Jeremy said he'd love to golf, play 5 times a week. Had kids, life got busy. Now I can't imagine where I would find 4 to 5 hours to play a round of golf. I agree with you. I wish I could play more. If I get 2 rounds in a week, I'm happy. If I get 1 round, I'll live. Definitely want more than 1. But here's the one thing I did find. And granted, the kids are older, so they can stay home alone. But Nora comes with me. I love when she comes with me. She's my caddy. She'll make the drinks. She plays DJ. She plays the music. So it's not like I'm leaving her for 5 hours.
Right.
You just make it a little,
hanging out,
make a little thing.
Does she make fun of you if you slice?
I didn't tell you about the weekend's video. I didn't, did I?
No.
So this past weekend, in case you didn't know, was Masters weekend.
Right.
The big tournament, the biggest tournament of the year, every golfer's favorite weekend. Well, Nora, over the years, has taken video of me golfing quite a bit. So she decided for Masters Week, she posted a video on TikTok every single day of me screwing up on the golf course. And she hashtagged it Masters Week.
Yes.
Throughout the entire week. So, yes, she definitely does post
Hashtag
fun.
true love.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Oh, my arm.
Both
Right.
Jen and Jerry said that they miss horseback riding. Jen says she still has 5 horses.
Oh, my God.
She doesn't ride them.
What do you do with the 5 horses? I'm sure they're like animals. You love them. You don't want to just get rid of them, but you're paying all that money and they're just in the stable, maybe out in the field doing a little thing.
I want to see your horses, Jen. Where are they?
I used to do a bit of horseback riding back in the day.
Yeah?
Yeah, I used to love it.
It's really fun. I did it on maybe just on rare occasions, but every time I thought you can see how you can get into
I went to horseback riding camp back when I was
kidding.
13, 14. Used to run the barrels and stuff.
Yeah, my niece competes at barrel riding and stuff. You'll never get her to stop
So you're
riding.
Western. You don't do English?
No, not the English saddle. No, straight Western saddle for sure.
Yeah, English seems like it. Yeah, that doesn't feel as hardcore or something because it's very fancy and very it's precision.
Yeah, but it also doesn't look comfortable.
It isn't comfortable, I don't think.
No.
You have to lift yourself out of the seats.
Yes.
And that takes a lot of muscle.
Gavin says pro wrestling. I wonder if he means watching or participating. Because if you participate, that is quite the physical treatment of your body. I have a friend who does it.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
It's so much.
Yeah.
So much.
I'm feeling for Cheyenne. Cheyenne said between work and family life, I never get to go out and do some fishing. And man, I'm telling you, I know. It's like if I can get out once a week, it's amazing.
Right. Absolutely.
One thing that you decide, you have to decide on something that sort of takes your brain energy. It focuses it on one thing that you really, really love because that is the one thing in life that helps balance you out.
For sure.
Life is stressful enough if you can have that one thing that you could set aside a little bit of time every day or once a week to do. You have to have that.
You have to have that escape.
Yes.
Sean, I completely agree with you. And I might do it this weekend.
What?
Nora's here. We don't have the boys this weekend. She's coming to town tonight. This weekend, we might... in fact, you know what? Real quick, if anyone knows... 800-821-9970 or 99-700, because we haven't been yet, having moved here only a couple months ago. What's the hottest nightclub in town? Because Sean said going to the club. I would love to, as a former DJ who worked in all these places, we used to go to the city and find out the hottest club. I would love to go to a nightclub again.
Yeah, where's everyone going nightclub-wise?
I gotta live downtown.
It used to be, we used to have nightclubs on every street corner here. That was like a phase in the world in the 90s maybe, or the 80s.
There's one on High Street, I know, as you travel towards campus. You know you're getting closer to campus. I think it's got a disco ball on the outside.
Good night, John Boy.
Yeah,
that's the highest rated one.
That's what it is.
Now, and then District West on North 5th Street.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I want to go and hang out with a bunch of college kids.
That's probably what you're going to
Is that what it's instantly going to be?
I think they're going to be 20-somethings. It's going to be a bunch of 20-somethings.
Is there a retro club here where they play 70s and 80s? Because I used to DJ at Have a Nice Day Cafe.
That'd be fun.
And it was all 70s and 80s music.
Oh.
So
I want to go to that.
Yeah. All retro 70s, 80s, 90s.
Retro Lounge Columbus on Zettler Road. Bullwinkles on North High Street.
Okay.
Hey.
Retro Lounge. I may have to go check that place out this weekend. What are you doing this weekend, Kelly? You want to come clubbing? Come to Retro Lounge Columbus?
Clubbing, baby. That's the way. Let's celebrate Easter.
Oh, Retro Lounge. Wait. Retro Lounge has chicken fingers and Wing Wednesday. That's not a nightclub.
Okay.
I'm looking at a styrofoam box.
Oops.
Great food, great drinks, retro prices. Yeah, that ain't it.
Oh, sorry.
That ain't the one.
It's all in the name of it.
We'll have to find a different one.
I'm trying to think of those. What are those swingers clubs? Just be careful. You might be in for more than you bargained.
Wait, you know what? I have a friend who comes here. There's a big swingers club here in town.
Oh, there's a couple.
Was it Paradise or something?
That's one of them.
Club Paradise.
Club Paradise?
That's one. There's a big one up in Powell. We know that. I don't know what it is, but...
I think that's just a private neighborhood
Is
thing.
that what that is?
Yeah.
You just show up at someone's house
I
and
think
you're
so.
like, hey, wait a minute.
You have to prove your address before you can get in, I
Right.
guess. You have to live in the greater Powell area.
If you've got 1-800-821-9970 or 99-700, it's 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, if you see a lot of police and emergency responders at the Polaris Mall right now, don't worry. Columbus Police and Columbus Fire are conducting an active shooter training drill there, and it is expected to last until 10 a.m. So that is what that's all about if you are on Polaris Parkway right now and notice a bunch of police and fire. Just 2 months before it was supposed to begin, surprise, surprise, Fire Festival 2 has been postponed, and according to messages sent to ticket holders, everyone's been issued a refund. I bet you 0 people bought tickets, and they're just putting that out as a press release. We've
100%.
issued everyone refunds.
100%.
Oh yeah, show proof that a single soul bought a ticket to Fire Festival. I don't believe it. They say once a new date is announced, people will be able to repurchase their tickets.
Give it up.
Give it up. About 18 years after Keith Moon died, The Who hired Ringo Starr's son, Zach Starkey, to play drums during the band's Quadrophenia tour in 1996. And Zach Starkey has been playing drums with The Who ever since. Until now, The Who has announced that they have parted ways with Zach, and apparently it was over his performance during a show at Royal Albert Hall last month for charity. The band was in the middle of playing The Song Is Over. Roger Daltrey stopped. I wish I had audio of this, and I looked everywhere. They must not have recorded it for this charity, whatever this event was, because I couldn't find it anywhere. But he stopped in the middle of the song and said, to sing that song, I do need to hear the key, and I can't. All I've got is drums going boom, boom, boom. I can't sing to that. I'm sorry, guys. Like, he was mad.
Oh. Well, is that a mixing issue, though?
I think that you can probably play too loudly.
Okay.
But
also, they're wearing in-ear pieces.
Yeah, and it might be a mixing issue, but this was the final song of the night, so I am assuming that maybe Zach Starkey was going a little crazy on the drums.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't see it, but
I don't know, but I remember they played the Super Bowl halftime show several years ago, and Daltrey sounded like crap.
Oh. So maybe Zach Starkey should have stopped playing the drums and said, I can't play like this. You sound like crap.
That's exactly what I was
thinking.
Well, The Who says that the band decided to part ways with Starkey, and they wish him the best, obviously, in his future endeavors. Starkey says he's really proud of his tenure with the band and says he is surprised anyone had an issue with his performance that night. So I don't think it was a mutual parting of the ways.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's weird that one weird performance, something led up to this. You were wanting to fire this guy.
This isn't like an instant, it just happened thing, for sure.
Roger Daltrey's like, I'll take care of this Tonight Show.
Yep.
I'll take care of it. Watch me. Well, all right. Those are your three things.
So I've been in Columbus 2.5 months now. Thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah.
Having a blast. Loving the city. One thing I have noticed, there's a really good food scene here. I'm so far very happy with the food scene.
We went to the Avenue. It's a Cameron Mitchell restaurant.
Yep.
You had a ribeye. How was it?
It was good. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I have found like a little poke place downtown that's absolutely amazing. I have found a little burger joint up here on 5th that I love. Jimmy V's?
Yeah.
Jimmy V's. Great burger there. I've had some. I was fortunate enough, even before I even moved here, went to the famous Thurman's and got a Therminator. I didn't get the Therminator, but I got a Thurman burger.
Right.
Delicious.
Yep.
Tomorrow we're going to a Indian place downtown that's got rave reviews. Haven't had Indian while. Very happy.
Yeah, we have some good food around here.
So. But the thing is I can only really talk about the places I've been because I've only been to a minuscule amount of places, having only been here, 2.5 months. I cannot wait to explore more. So, when I see an article come out talking about food, of course I'm going to read it. The Family Destination Guide has released a list of best steakhouses. Not only that, they went so far as to name the best steakhouse in the country. And let's all rejoice because the best steakhouse in the entire country is right here in Columbus. And that steakhouse is the York Steakhouse.
What?
Now, I don't know anything about York. I haven't been to York. I went online and I looked, and you aptly described it, Thick, as basically the same thing as Ponderosa.
Very similar.
I've been to a Ponderosa. It's a cafeteria-like steakhouse where you go down the line, you get your food. They got little pies wrapped in cellophane wrap.
Right, exactly. But then they bring you your steak.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not crapping on York at all. I'm sure
not
it's
either.
fine. I'm sure it is fine. Is it the best steakhouse in the entire country? I can tell you by the pictures alone, it is not the greatest steakhouse in the entire country.
I have not been there. It's definitely over 20 years. Might be, 30.
The York Steakhouse opened in the 60s, quickly became a chain. There were 180 York Steakhouses across the nation, mostly inside of popular malls. That's also how I know it's not the best steakhouse in the country.
But let me tell you something. Back in 2016, my wife and I went to Aruba, and we met some people from Boston. And they used to have them in Boston. They had 4 or 5 of them in Boston. And he says to me, when he found out we were from Columbus, this guy says, man, I want to go to Columbus so bad. I said, yeah, what'd you want to come for? And he goes, I need to go to York Steakhouse. I said, you want to come all the way to Columbus to go to York Steakhouse? He goes, yeah, my parents used to take me there when we had them in Boston when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved it. And now that's the only one left. I said, well, that's the original. But he wanted to come here from Boston just to go eat there.
It is described in the Family Destination Guide saying, even the most sophisticated carnivore will get weak in the knees. No, I don't think so.
Well, like I said, it's been a long time. Maybe you and I need to go over there sometime and eat and see.
I absolutely want to go.
Yeah.
Well, I will 100% go to York and enjoy a steak and a baked potato and a slice of pie.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell it's going to be the best steak in the entire country.
We got to try.
I'm sorry.
We got to try.
Family Destination Guide. No. 99.7 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, let's make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up this morning. Coachella just took place. Did you know Coachella began as a typo? The town in California was founded over a century ago, and it was originally going to be called Conchilla, after the Spanish word for the small white snail shells found in the valley's sandy soil. However, in the original materials, the printer misspelled Conchilla to Coachella, and rather than redo everything, they just went with the misspelled name anyways. Screw it! Just leave it! We're Coachella. It's fine. When Oprah gave everyone in her audience a car back in 2004, you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car, they all ended up owing the IRS about $6,000 in taxes. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Can't just get something for free. But you know what? I don't even remember what type of car it was. I can tell you it was worth more than $6,000. No car payment, no nothing. You walk away with a brand new car for $6,000.
If you're paying $6,000 in taxes on the car, it's definitely worth a decent amount of money.
Yeah. So why not? But a lot of people don't realize that. Like, there have been a lot of people on the home makeover shows.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that their property taxes go through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
You win all this money on game shows.
Yeah, Price is Right or
Gotta
whatever.
pay taxes on that
yeah,
stuff.
Man. Believe me, I got hit with that fantasy football tax.
Yeah, it'll happen. Weird Al Yankovic started the Volcano Worshippers Club at his high school in California. Yep.
He started the what club?
Volcano Worshippers Club.
Okay.
They didn't actually worship volcanoes. They just wanted to get another photo of themselves in the yearbook. So every club got a photo in the yearbook. So he said, we'll start the Volcano Worshippers Club. Here's a little history lesson for you. John Wilkes Booth planned on assassinating both Abraham Lincoln and Ulysses S. Grant. But Grant decided not to go to the theater that night because his wife didn't like Mary Todd Lincoln. So a cat fight saved Ulysses S. Grant's life. That's crazy.
Funny.
And finally, we told you yesterday how if you hear static in your radio, it's from Jupiter's radiation field, which is so odd.
Yeah.
Well, here's another little tidbit of Jupiter information for you. Jupiter's gravity field is so huge that it basically acts like a vacuum cleaner and sucks away things like comets, asteroids, and debris that would otherwise possibly hit or destroy the Earth.
And every other planet, I guess.
Yeah, it changes their trajectory enough that it has basically saved us.
That's how we've been here so long.
Thank you, Jupiter.
Yeah.
We appreciate you and all that you do for us. There you go. Learning some stuff on a Thursday morning, 99.7 The Blitz.